If you need unlimited domination, clutch time, or anything else online or offline grinding, make sure you hit up RoseNBA on Twitter for quick, safe, and reliable grinding services. Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be building the best limited lineup for week 4 of season 1 of MyTEAM Limited in NBA 2K23 MyTEAM. But before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 8,000 subscriber mark on the channel. Uploading multiple MyTEAM videos every single day, and I would really appreciate your support if you haven't already, if you do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. And first of all, let's review these limited requirements for this week. So, MyTEAM Limited this week, you can only use 3 rubies, no free agents are allowed, and every other card on your lineup must be sapphire or lower. Now, those are the only restrictions. So basically, you want to use 3 ruby players and then a bunch of good sapphire players as the rest of your starters and off your bench if you do run a bench. Now, I'm going to focus mainly on the starting lineup as I generally do in these videos because those are the key in limited. People generally tend to quit as well in limited if you get up very early at all. So you generally won't even need your bench very much, but I'll also give y'all some bench options that y'all can use. But most of the focus of this video is going to be on the starting lineup. So the first card at the starting point guard position that I recommend is going to be Ruby Ja Morant. You could also go Ruby Ty Lawson. I think either of them are solid options, but I am going to lean Ja Morant simply because of his improved athleticism over Ty. But Ja Morant, 6'3" at the point guard position, 88 offense, 80 defense. I did the shooting upgrade on Ja, so he's got an 86 driving layup, 85 mid-range, 81 three-pointer, 85 driving dunk, 87 ball handle. Defensively, he is very poor. If you did the defensive upgrade, he's going to be a much better defender, not quite as good of a shooter, but 86 speed with ball and acceleration, and an 81 lateral quickness. Overall, Ja's just a pretty good card at that point guard position. 25 silver badges as well, include some good badges like fast twitch, limitless takeoff, blinders, catch and shoot, claymore, green machine, bailout, clamp breaker, handles for days, quick first step, unpluckable. A lot of good silver and bronze badges on Ja Morant. He's a guy who can slash at a high level, shoot the ball with a good release when open, and overall is just going to be a very, very capable option at the point guard position. Now, at the shooting guard position, we're going to go with our first sapphire of the video, and that is going to be Sapphire Doug Christie. I am a big fan of this Sapphire Doug Christie. His release is really, really nice, and he is a very, very capable defender as well. 6'6", the shooting guard position, 78 driving layup, 83 three-pointer, 75 driving dunk. Those are about the only stats that matter offensively. He's not going to be much of a ball handler or anything, but that doesn't matter that much. He's also a very capable perimeter defender, 90 perimeter, 85 steals, really, really good. 75 interior also. I mean, having all those stats on a sapphire is really, really nice. He's a bit slow, but an 87 lateral quickness as well is phenomenal. And then badge wise, he comes with 6 gold badges, which include ankle braces, challenger, clamps, off ball pest, pick dodger, and workhorse. So 6 really good defensive gold badges there. Silvers include catch and shoot, claymore, corner specialist, menace, and pogo stick. And then his bronze badges include chase down artist, glove, interceptor, and post lockdown. So a lot of good badges on this Doug Christie card, coupling with the fact that he's a capable 3-point shooter with a really good release. Going to be a great 3-and-D option at the shooting guard position, and as a sapphire, he's an absolute beast. I will apologize real quick, by the way, if y'all hear any yard work in the background. That's because my neighbors get their lawn mowed every single Friday. It's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. So at the small forward position, we're going with Ruby Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi's just one of those 3-and-D guys in my team every single year, and this Ruby card is no different. 89 mid-range, 81 three-pointer, 80 driving dunk, 81 ball handle, an 80 steal, 89 perimeter defense, 79 speed and excel, 78 speed with ball, and an 89 lateral quickness. So a guy who's going to play elite perimeter defense, compete a little bit on the interior as well. Gold menace, silver ankle braces, challenger, clamps, glove, interceptor, pick dodger, bronze bully, pro touch, comeback kid, green machine, guard up, workhorse. So just a guy who's going to knock down his open threes with a smooth release and play a lot of defense. Very, very valuable to small forward position as our second Ruby. Coming in at the power forward position, we're going to go with our second sapphire. I'm not sure if he's a power forward primary. He is a power forward primary. It's this Donyell Marshall. I think Donyell Marshall's actually a pretty solid card. 6'9", so he's got pretty decent size, 87 offense, 79 defense, coming with an 84 3-point shot. Not a great dunker, but he can stretch the floor at a pretty high level, and he's not a completely atrocious defender. 70 all around isn't amazing, but he's a decent little rebounder. Not the slowest card in the world. 70 lateral quickness. A guy who can knock down his open shots with gold catch and shoot, gold claymore, gold corner specialist, gold green machine, silver back down punisher, post spin, guard up, slippery off ball, volume shooter. He's not a horrendous defender, not a great defender, but for a sapphire, I feel like he just does a solid enough job. He's not going to be an amazing card. You could also go with a guy like Rudy Gay here, who's not quite as good as statistically as a shooter and maybe a little bit better defensively. But honestly, there aren't a ton of great sapphire power forward options, and Donyell Marshall's a guy who's going to knock down an open 3 with a decent size and at least a little bit of defensive ability. So at the center position, I'm going to go with Ruby Anthony Davis as our last Ruby. You could go with a guy like Roy Hibbert, who's a masher, Gina Raja even, who's kind of somewhere in between, but but still not going to be much of a shooter. I think AD gives you a little bit more three-point shooting ability. Yes, I understand AD's three-pointer is only a 65, but trust me, with his release, if you can green, you can knock down three-pointers with him quite consistently with how easy it is to shoot this year. 85 standing dunk, 83 driving dunk, very, very good interior defender and block with 85 block, 86 interior, even a good perimeter defender, a capable rebounder, 74 speed, 73 excel, and 73 lateral quickness as well, is really, really good for a center. AD is the most complete Ruby center in the game by far, and that is why he is the center that we are choosing to use in this team, because I think having that complete center who can at least stretch the floor a bit is very valuable. Silver back down punisher, vice grip, anchor and post lockdown, bronze stream shake, masher, post spin, technician, chase down artist, pogo stick, box out, beast, brick wall. Got a lot of good interior badges. Now, coming off the bench, when you look at the sapphire cards that you can run, you're kind of a little bit limited. There aren't a ton of really, really good options. I would say Jim Jackson's probably a really good option at the shooting guard position, a guy with an 86 three-pointer who can play a little bit of defense as well. Very similar to Doug Christie, to be completely honest. He's kind of a 3-and-D guy. Another very, very capable card. So Jim Jackson might be a good guy to throw in there at the backup 2. Backup 4, like I said earlier, I would probably go Rudy Gay, simply because he's got an elite release and an elite player build, plays much better than his stats and badges say. So that's a guy you could throw in there as well. The backup 1, you're going to be a little limited on backup 1s. I mean, I guess you could go Andre Miller or Chauncey Billups or D Brown, one of those 3 guys. I'm not a massive fan of any of these cards, to be completely honest, but I guess probably D Brown is going to be your best option. Only 6'1", but he's got a 75 three-pointer, a 90 driving dunk, which is quite good, can play a little bit of perimeter defense, 88 speed and excel. So maybe D Brown is the guy. Not going to play much defense, but he's a great slasher. He can shoot wide open as well. So backup small forward, again, I'm not entirely sure. I would say DeMar DeRozan is actually not bad. I know his release or his three-point rating is not great, but it is easily good enough to green consistently. 74 shot 3 on this game with how smooth his release is. DeMar is actually quite a good three-point shooter. Not a very good defender whatsoever. Going to have to rely on Jim Jackson off the bench, but he's a great three-point shooter because of his elite release. And then finally at the backup center position, I honestly have no clue. You could go with a stretch center like Karl-Anthony Towns, or an interior center like Shaq or Bill Cartwright or somebody like that, Joe Barry Carroll. Probably just going to go Joe Barry Carroll, honestly, or somebody like that, because I probably won't honestly play a backup center at all. Probably pretty much be AD, because there isn't really a good sapphire backup center. But this is probably the best limited lineup that you can build this week. And honestly, most of these cards are either very, very cheap or completely free. Guys like Kawhi and AD who are totally free. So Ja also being totally free as a starter card. So hopefully this video did help y'all out, and it'll help y'all get a lot of have a lot of success and win a lot of games in limited this week. And if it did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.